All I need to know is what was it that's different, and focus on that. And it's going to make your jobs a lot easier. So I piloted this in another site, in the Lorica site, and since they've done it, their CRT dropped by 200 seconds.
Wow.
By 200 seconds. They were able to read a bill and explain it to a customer in less than 3 to 4 minutes. Because they only focus on. When we read those and start blurting out charges, it opens a whole can of worms. The customer's like, what? What's that? Well, wait, what's that? What's that? So I'm gonna teach you how to focus, drive focus on that one charge, and you're gonna understand why the customers charge that based off how our system is set up. Does it make sense?
Yeah.
All right. So the first thing we're gonna talk about is our charges. So we have certain charges. There's things that customers are billed for that they're billed on a monthly recurring basis. So what is recurring basis? Every month. They're billed every month. And then there are things that customers are going to be charged one time for. Does that make sense? All right, so we're going to distinguish, and again, we're going to try to come up with as many
I'm so sorry.
charges we can think of now.
They're good,
and then as we go, we might think of some more charges and add them on as we go. So, let me turn my phone off. All right, so what is something that a customer is charged that's recurring? Rate plan. What else? Features. Insurance.
Yeah.
What else? EIPs. Huh? Accessories, EIPs, and I'm gonna put EIP equipment and accessories.
Yeah.
That's spelled that right. What else? Taxes. What else customers are charged reoccurring for? Subscriptions, which is third-party charges. What else? Pretty much we can think of right now, right? And then again, as we think of as we go, you'll say, oh, what about this or what about that? All right. So what are some one-time charges? Restoral fees. Late fees. Upgrade fees. What are they? Payment. Support fees. What else? Huh? I can't hear you. Shipping fees. What else? Non-return, warranty non-return or non-returns. Good job. What else? Out of warranty fees. Yes. What else? Huh? Damage. Oh, deductibles. Roaming. International charges. So we do international. International.
Overages.
Yep, overages, because I do that. Overages. And that's roaming and data. Because sometimes we charge customers per minute rate when they're inside the United States, right? Anything else? Damage? And that would be under out of warranty, right?
Yes.
What else? 411? Good job.
Device for straight purchases or accelerated amounts?
Accelerated?
POP charges?
POP. Okay, good job. POP. Or is it POIP or POP? POIP? Pump injection. Good job. So everybody know what a pump injection is? Yes. When a customer does, not EIP, but jump on demand, after that 18 months, they have the option to be billed out for the final remaining balance of the phone, or break that remaining balance into, I think, 6 or 9 months. I can't remember. 9 months. So pop injections. Anything else we can think of? Third party? Because third party could be a one-time charge too.
Yeah.
Yep.
Could be.
What about proration?
Yeah. Partial
So we'll add as we go. If you can think of things, we'll just add to it, okay? So we know that most part customers are going to be charged monthly for these. These are just charges that may be one-time charges, right? So there's going to be times where the customer get a non-return fee. They call in, want to know why their bill is so high. What you're going to learn is how to utilize your tools to dictate, okay, this is the month that this customer was charged this high rate. Let me go to this charge and figure out what the charge is and only talk about this charge. So the customer called and said why their bill was high. You notice last month their bill is usually how much a month? $92 a month. Last month it was $392. So you went to a certain tool, you saw that $300 was an out of warranty fee, right?
Yeah.
So what are you going to tell the customer? Why their bill was high? Huh? You returned a what? A damaged device.
Yeah.
Not an out of warranty, because think about it, so I want you to think about it. By me saying, hey, you returned an out of warranty device, is that really saying anything to the customer? But if you're specific, say, hey, the device you returned was a damaged device. And warranty covers what? Defects. So if you have a broken screen, is that a defect? No, you dropped your screen. So you did a warranty exchange when you should have done a what? Insurance claim. Because you sent back us a damaged phone, we charge you the what? Out of warranty fee. Simple, right?
Yes.
Did you have to go through, well, your monthly service charge is $50. You got this internet for $10. You got your insurance for $12. I know that. I just want to know why my bill went from $300. Right? Went up to $300 more. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Now, seems easy saying it, right? But then we have these issues. So, remember, to be honest, right? When you explain the bill to the customer, how many of you use Samson bill charges to explain the bill to the customer? Samson bill charges. Be honest. Why don't we use the checkbook or the dashboard? Huh? It's difficult, right?
Yes.
It's hard. So let me help you understand. This is where sometimes you guys get into that back and forth with the customer because they don't believe what you're saying. And 99% of the time, if you use Samson bill charges, the customer is actually right. That means you're quoting the wrong price. So let me help you understand something. There's a marriage going on right here. Samson is the husband. Quick view, check view, it's the wife. So Samson is the husband. He's stuck in their ways. He's a stubborn old man, don't want to change. He makes a lot of mistakes. Oh. All right, so the stubborn husband, don't want to change, stuck in their ways, always making mistakes. But then you have the wife, looks good, got to come back and make up for his stupid, stubborn husband's mistakes and fix it. That she has to fix everything. Behind every man is a greater woman or partner, right? All right. Sorry, guys. Sorry, All right. So we're going to talk about how these two are so compatible. What's the word I'm looking for?
Complete.
How they complete each other. Okay? How they complete each other. All right. So, before we get into that, let's talk about Bill Curran. Bill Curran. What is Bill Curran? Huh? It's generated what? It's advanced billing? So, I want y'all to take that word out y'all vocabulary. Bill Curran is not advanced.
It's within the cycle.
Between advanced and current? So why are we calling them the same? Now, some of these customers come over from other carriers. Verizon, AT&T, they bill in advance. But their bills don't look nothing like our bills. And here's the problem. If we bill in advance, our lives would be a lot easier. It would be easier for customers to read their bill. But that's the problem. We bill current. Which means the stubborn old husband who's not willing to change is going to mess up on some things. That's why he has her to have his back. We bill current, which means we bill you for the current bill cycle you're in. We don't bill you in advance. We don't bill you in arrears. We bill you current. Now we do have arrears billing, which is easy, and you'll understand arrears billing after you get the logistics of bill current. All right. So I'm about to go through a whole billing cycle with you. Okay. So customer, what's today? The 17th. Or the 18th? So this is January 18th. Customer came into the store, want to sign up for T-Mobile service on the 18th. Brand new customer. We set them up with a phone. We got them a new iPhone 7, whatever. We set them up with a rate plan. Let's say we put them on, let's just say this is a grandfather rate plan.
Okay.
He has 2 lines and we put him on a 2 for $80.
Alright.
So he pays $8 a month for 2 lines. Grandfather plan. Alright. And then we set him up with a bill close date. So we made his close date, let's just pretend that today is the 5th. Because it makes it easier that way. Alright?
Okay.
I've been doing this for a long time, it's just easier that way. So let's just say today is the 5th, alright? So we signed him up, we give him a close date of the 7th. Alright? So, if his close date is the 7th, his bill cycle will run from what? January what? 8 to what?
7.
Of what?
7.
Next bill will be what? February what? To what? March what? 7. Good job. Now, today is the what? Again? The 5th, right? If my bill cycle closes on the 7th and it starts on the 8th, and today is the 5th, what's going to happen for those 2 days, that extra days? They're going to be prorated? They're not going to be prorated.
Yeah.
They're being forgiven.
Yes.
It's free. Pretty much we give them free service unless if they make international charges, then that's a different story.
Yeah.
But if they just use the phone, we will not charge them those 2 days. Does that make sense? All right, so let's talk about the bill breakdown. The 8th, that's the first day of the bill cycle. Whatever's on the customer's account, that's who we're going to send the customer a bill. That's who we're going to bill. So right now he's going to rate plan what?
$80.
In order for you guys to easily understand this, I'm not going to add taxes or other stuff, okay? It's going to be a flat $80. Let's just say $80. Keep it simple, okay? So, it usually takes a couple days for the bill to actually be updated, right? So let's say 2 days. So the 8th is the first day of the bill cycle. It'll be ready, and we send out to the customer around the 10th.
Yeah.
Let's do the 10th. Okay? So that means if a customer calls in on the 8th, will you be able to see their bill?
Not yet.
Anybody ever had a customer call in and they went to a bill charge and it said not confirmed? That's because they called in between the 8th and the 10th. So that means this period is the not confirmed. That means the bill haven't been confirmed yet. When will what day will they have to call in and you'll be able to see the bill? The 10th. Now this is the day that the bill is ready online for customers who do online and don't get a bill. But if you're like me, old school, I get a bill mailed to me. So this will be the day that we mail the bill. That's when it's ready and it'll be mailed to the customer. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Y'all with me?
Yeah.
Now, the customer in America, it usually takes 2 to 3 days for us to receive our mail. So the customer should receive that bill on, let's say the 13th. So the 13th is when I receive the bill. I'm going to open it up. It's going to say, hey, I owe $8. And let's just say the due date is on the 21st. That's my due date. Now, do you think this customer is going to call in?
Yep.
Why would they call in?
Why do you think for the bill?
Why do I already have a bill? And who can explain to this customer why they already have a bill? We bill current. Now, what I'm about to say, I want you to stick it in, okay? Y'all with me? This is going to make your lives a lot easier. Why did I receive a bill? Well, we bill what?
Current.
Current, which means we bill you for the current bill cycle you in. The good thing about bill current is, when you pay your bill on the 21st, you're paid up until when? 7th of what?
February.
So you mean to tell me when I pay my bill on the 21st, I'm paid up until when?
7th.
Of what?
February.
When I pay my bill on the 21st, I'm paid up until when?
February.
February 7th. Everybody understand that?
Yes.
We bill what again? Which
Current.
means we bill you for the current bill cycle you're in. The good thing about bill current is when you pay your bill, you're paid when? Up until what? The 7th. Does that make sense?
Yep.
February. Everybody understand that?
Yes.
The good thing about bill current is when you pay your bill early, I can pay it on the 14th or the 13th when I got it. But I'm still paid up until when? February 7th, right? That's a good thing. The bad thing about bill current is if I make any changes on the account, since I have already been billed, right?
Yeah.
It won't reflect, the change won't reflect till when?
Next
Everybody understand that?
Yeah.
Because we bill what again?
Current.
And on the 13th, when you received your bill, we already billed you for the whole month of what? January up until what? The good thing about bill current is when you pay your bill, you're paid up until when?
7th.
Now the bad thing about it is any change you make won't reflect till when?
Next
Does
month.
that make sense?
Yep.
Everybody understand that piece? Y'all with me?
Yes.
Alright. So let's do the same thing. February 8th, bill is due on the 21st. Okay. Alright. So we're going to talk about 3 things today. Let me just put it somewhere. We're going to talk about backdating,
Okay.
suspensions, and there's 2 parts of suspension. Same bill cycle,
Yeah.
and then next bill. When a customer calls in and change your rate plan, right? We inform them to make the rate plan go into effective when? The next bill cycle. The next bill cycle. We always encourage to make that plan go effective the next bill cycle. This is where that stubborn husband is going to come to play. So when you change your rate plan, you make it effective next bill cycle. What that's going to do is it's going to save your next agent a lot of trouble. Here's the problem. You know that, right? But there's experts that still don't know that. What they do is they back the rate plan, and then you get that call where it's backdated. And now you have to explain to the customer what happened. Does that make sense? Everybody had that? It's not prorated. is backdated. And you're going to understand it, okay?
Yep.
Now, before I start, the good thing about bill current is when you pay your bill, right? You're paid what?
Current.
Up until the what? End of that bill cycle. The bad thing is any changes that you make won't reflect till when? Next bill cycle. So, this customer called in and said, hey, I've been using a lot of internet. Now, I have this plan where I have internet, 2 gigabytes included, but I use way more than that. Do you have a plan where you use unlimited internet? Yeah. What is it called? T-Mobile One. Oh, so why didn't you tell me about that? So, I paid my bill, right? On the 21st, but I called in on the 22nd because I got a message saying my data is slowing down. Do they show that? It slows down after you use your 2 gigabytes?
Yes.
So okay. All right, so I'm gonna, change my plan. So how much is the T-Mobile One with 2 lines? 130. 130? Is 120 with auto pay credit? 130 without auto pay credit. Let's just say I don't have the auto pay credit. So how much did I pay? 130 for 2 lines, right? So here's what happened. The expert put him on the $80 plan and backdated to January. Now, let's stop right there. We're gonna let this sink in a little bit. Because now we're gonna talk about husband and wife. Y'all know that this is the QuickView dashboard, which is so freaking confusing, right? So hard. That's why y'all use it, right? It's so hard, right? Remember, we're honest, right? Yeah. I've been through where you guys been at, so that's why I wanted to have it. So let's create this scenario on the QuickView dashboard. So January, the customer was billed how much again? $80. So we have the dates, the description, whether it was a credit adjustment, a past due, a charge, and a balance. So the date is, let's just do January. And the description would be a bill cycle charge. Now, we're charging the customer how much again? 80. So we charge him 80, his balance is going to be 80. Now, on the 21st, I made a what? Payment. So the next thing that happened was a payment. So, January 21st, there was a payment. And how much did I pay? 80. Why do I have parentheses around 80? So yes, anything in parentheses means payment, credit, adjustment, bam. Does that make sense? Leaving my balance down to what? 0. Does that make sense? Yeah. Now, the good thing about bill current is when you pay your bill, you're paid when? To the end of the bill cycle. The bad thing is any changes that you make won't reflect till when? Next cycle. All right. Now, we made a change. I already paid my bill. The 22nd, I wanted to go on unlimited. We went back and we put them on a T-Mobile One plan, which is 2 lines for how much again? 130. 130? Did I just do something wrong?
Could be a permanent one. Oh my God.
Like a glue? Alright. Alright. So 21st. Alright. So now I'm on the 130 plan. So $130. Alright, now what happens is the moment I make these changes, it goes into pending. Pending. So we're going to do pending because Samson bill charges, Samson is where the pending status goes. So now we're going to figure out February's bill. So we know that February is going to show that February 8th to what? March 7th. So Feb 8th to March what? 7th. I was charged MRC of how much? 130. Now here's where that stubborn husband comes in at. Hey, you was on a $130 plan last month. So January 8th to February 7th, you owe me the MRC of $130. So it's going to show the balance of $260. How many of y'all have seen this before? Raise your hand if you've seen this before. Y'all seen this, right? Now, we're going to talk about clues, okay? And if you're taking notes, this is clue number 1. Double charge.
Yes.
All right? That's clue number 1. So, how did you explain this to the customer? When you seen this charge and they was charged $260, what did you tell them?
The billing period.
Huh?
Their billing period.
Did you had this before? What did you tell them? You're a mentor or
No, I was from Gen Care.
Gen Care? So what did you tell them in Gen Care?
I would usually point out the dates or the months they were billed for.
Uh-huh.
I would explain to them I don't use the term also double charge because
Right.
it sounds very negative. So
Right.
I tell them that you're actually billed for 2 billing cycles,
Uh-huh.
one for February 8th till March 7th.
Uh-huh.
And the last, because of the changes, it was effective January 8th until February 7th. You were using the services from the date it was changed.
Okay. So that's why I was charged double.
Yeah.
So based off your scenario, you know, I paid $130 for this month, plus $130 for this month, right? But I also paid $8 for this month, right?
Mm-hmm.
So this month, instead of me paying $130, I paid two what?
210.
$210
Mhm.
plus I bill $130 for February, right?
Mm-hmm.
Is that right for the customer? You mean to tell me we're going to charge a customer $210 for a $130 plan? That doesn't sound right, right? So then the customer's going to argue back like that's not right. Who do you think is right? The customer or her? What do you think what was her mistake?
I didn't point out the $80 charge. That was her.
She used Samson to figure this out. Because Samson, if you use Samson, it's going to show $260. It's going to show double charge. But behind every good man, there's a greater what? Wife. And she has to come and fix his mistakes. Does that make sense? So this is pending. This is what the bill is going to look like pending. So now February 8th comes. Well, actually February 10th, because that's when we can see the bill.
Mm-hmm.
February 10th, the bill is going to update. This is going to show, it's going to show 260. Now we have to use the wife. All right? So here's what happened. We know that he was charged $80 in January. We saw he made a payment on the 21st for $80. Now it's going to go, the next thing is going to be what? Oh yeah, February. I got January. Good catch. February. And we're going to have bill, what? Cycle charge. Now, the bill cycle charge always starts off what's in Samson. So they're going to say, we're charging this customer how much? $260. Which leaves a balance of what? $260. Now, again, customers are going to say, well, why am I paying $260 if we explain that way? But again, she makes up the mistake. She says, okay, my stupid husband charged you $260, but you paid $80. So we're going to go to adjust, and we're going to call it system adjust. And how much you're going to adjust? 80, bring the balance down to what? 180. Do y'all see that? Does that make sense? Because since he already paid his bill, right? She's going to put that credit back. If you use Samson bill charges, you're going to quote the customer what? $260.
Yeah.
But if you come to your dashboard and say, okay, here go to $260, but if I see up here there's a system generated adjustment. Because why would we charge the customer something that extra? No. But the way the bill is set up, because we bill current, Samson can't catch up. So it has to look this way. That's why we have this. That's why we hooked him up on a blind date with her 10 years ago. They got together, got married, because he was able to take care of his mistakes. So now they went on ahead and dropped it. Now she's 180. Now, before I move on, 531, where 5 being you understand it the most. 1, I'm still confused. What's your level of understanding of what we just went over? 5? Easy? All right, now, do you think this customer still will call in?
Yeah.
Yes, because this customer is expecting to pay what? 130.
130.
But the customer's bill is what?
180.
180. Now, this is where you guys have to explain to the customer why their bill is 180. Now let's think about something. We bill what again?
Current.
Which means we bill you for the what? Current bill cycle.
Oh.
The good thing about bill current is when you pay your bill, you're paid when?
Until then.
The bad thing is that any change you make won't reflect till when? So, who can explain to this customer why their bill is high? Who wants to give it a shot at it? Raise your hand if you want to give it a shot. I see he's over there. I think you got it. You want to give it? Alright. Alright, so you're going to have to explain to me why my bill is high. Two things. You can't use dates. You can't use the word prorated. You can't use none of that. So. Nope.
Okay, so your bill is supposed to be 130, right?
Sure.
So the 130 is for the next month's bill, and the 50 is for the time you use your services for this month.
This month? I thought I was paying one. I thought I was charged 130 this month. This is February, right?
Last month.
Last month. So, good job. Give it up to her. Give it up. So, she almost had it. She almost had it. Here's where, when you use dates, it's going to open a can of worms, okay? Because the prorated amount that the customer would actually pay is maybe a couple dollars less. So here's the important piece. Last month, you were on which plan? You start off with $80. We bill what? Which means we bill you for the current bill cycle. The good thing is, when you pay your bill, you pay them, right? Which you did. Thank you for that payment. The bad thing is, when you make a change, it won't reflect to this bill. So you went from the $80 plan to the 100 and what? Which was a smart choice because you wanted more internet, right? The problem is, we already billed you what? $80. But by going from the 80 to the 150, it leaves a balance that we should have billed you what? $50. So instead of making you pay that $50 up front to make that rate plan change, or sending you another bill for $50 and wasting paper, we added it to what? Next month. Your bill is 180. It's the 130 for this month plus the what? $50 last month. That we didn't get from changing your plan. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Who can explain that to a customer? Does it make sense now? We bill current. The good thing is you make your payment and you got it. The bad thing is if you make a rate plan change in that cycle, it won't reflect the next bill. Which you did. You went from 80 to 130, which left a $50 balance. Rather than just make you pay that up front, you bill this bill. That's why your bill is $50 more. So 130 for your new rate plan plus $50 for last month. Does that make sense? You tell the customer that. So what do you think the customer going to do? Okay, let me pay it. It's that simple. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Does that make sense?
Yes.
So can I ask a question?
Sure.
Because, I noticed in the new Samsung bill charges, there's also an adjustment portion there.
That's what I'm about to get to.
Oh, okay.
I hold your horse.
Yeah, I hold my horses.
That's what I'm going to get to.
I also have a question.
Remember, we bill current, right? And Samsung is behind the times. So let me add another sheet of paper. You have that? Thank you. Here. Okay. All right. So this is Samsung bill charges, right?
Yes.
I'm going to add another Samsung bill charges right here. Thank you. Thank you. All right, so let me move this over. So we have 130, making it 260. Then you have an adjustment tab, right? Now, this is the piece, and I love how she's thinking because she's starting to get it right now. And here's the piece where we failed. When we made that system generated adjustment of $80, right? We actually put it in Samson. But sometimes you go here and you say, okay, I don't see no adjustment here. So did the customer really get the adjustment? Yeah? Where would you see the adjustment at then? So this is February Samson bill charges. We're billing you for February, but the customer made the rate plan change when? January, right? So if we made if there was a charge in January that we carried over in February, but we did a system generated charge, where would that system generated credit go? January, towards January bill. So you would have to go back a month, and then you would scroll over and you'll see bill cycle charge. Let's say bill charges. All right, you'll see it'll say January 8th to February 7th, $80, right? But then you'll see adjustment right here, or $80. And then down here to be $80 or zero or something like that. I can't remember, total zero. But you would have to go back a bill. But why do that when QuickView calculates all that for you? Does that make sense?
Yes.
So there's going to be times. So who did everybody get that?
Yes.
Because the charge had the adjustment happened in, or because the change happened in January, the adjustment goes towards January bill, right? But again, we bill current, so all that won't reflect till February. But where we put that adjustment at in Samson, because they're not caught up. Remember, they're not caught up. You have to go back to January's bill cycle charge, and you'll see the adjustment there. But there's going to be times. So let me go ahead and do this. So we got January bill cycle charge, $80. Payment. Let's see, January we made a payment, and it was $80. Bringing it down to zero. Then February bill cycle charge is $260 because he made the rate plan. Then he had a system what? Adjustment for how much? Bring the bell down to what?
180.
Now, what happens if you went, and I want y'all to think about something. Let's say you went to February Samson bill charges. You go over and you see this. What do you think happened? Huh? Adjustment was made, right? And who made that adjustment? The agent. So now the agent, this will be agent adjustment of how much? $80. Bring the bell down to So why would this agent make an $80 adjustment for his customer account?
He didn't see the adjustment.
Because he didn't understand what you guys understand now. He didn't know. He used only bill charges and saw, we charged the customer $280. The customer did make a payment last month for $80, but we're still charging them here for January 8th. Let me go ahead and put that $80 credit here. Without using this to see that we already gave the adjustment, or going back a month and understanding that because that adjustment happened in January, or charge happened in January, we adjusted in January. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Are y'all starting to get to understand how our system impacts our bill? It's not the fact that you're not reading the bill. They know how to read the bill. It's just understanding how our systems work and how it impacts our bill. Does that make sense?
Everyone understands the parentheses is a credit, right?
Yes.
And you have to understand which one's the credit. System and generated adjustment, then there's agent adjustment. So this customer got away with paying only $100 for 2 months. Well, no. He got away with paying, he should have paid he got away with paying $100 versus $180. He was on, because he changed his rate plan, we should have charged him $130, $260, but he only paid 100, pretty much. That makes sense? We gave them an extra $80 adjustment because they didn't understand that. Now you understand that, right?
Yes, right.
All right, let's do one more quick one, okay? When we now, let's just pretend that same scenario, customers on so let's say the customer started off paying $130. So we know that January bill cycle charge $130, right? On the 13th of the month, the customer made their payment. So we know the good thing about bill current is when you make your payment, you're paid when? Until the end of your bill cycle. So he made a payment, let's say on Jan 13th, for how much? Bringing the balance down to what? Now, the customer decided on that same day to add 2 lines. So he's on the T-Mobile One for $130. How much is it for 4 lines on the T-Mobile One? 180. 180. So he went from 130 to one what?
160.
180.
4 lines? 4 lines, right?
4 lines, right?
160. It's 160.
Without auto pay?
Without a pay.
25, 25, right?
Without auto
Yeah, without auto
Okay.
pay, but I don't have auto pay. It's 180, right?
Okay.
Right?
Yes.
Yeah, because it's 2020, that's 170.
Yeah, 180,
Without
yeah.
the 25, yep,
Mhm,
180.
mhm.
Good job, 180. So we know that because he made that change in his current bill cycle, it's not going to reflect till when. So, first of all, we know can't get right husband. If you only use that, it's going to reflect what? So how is Samson going to look because we made this chart? It's going to show what? February what? 8 to what? March 7th? How much? 180. Then, and we're going to add something else on here? What is it going to be? January what? To what? How much? 1 what? 180. Bringing the bill down to how much total? 360. Remember, Samson. So what is the clue on this? Double charge. Now, when you see a double charge, that's going to let you know that the customer did a rate plan change, right? And it was what? Backdated. And that the customer is not really supposed to pay $360. They're just going to pay the difference from what? Their old plan versus the new plan. Does that make sense? Yeah. So, we know that if we just use Samson, it's going to show what? But if we go here to QuickView, let's figure out QuickView. So it's going to be February, right? And what's the description going to be? Bill cycle charge. And how much are we going to charge them? 360. Remember, it starts off exactly what's where? In Samson. And leaving a balance of what? Now, is the wife going to leave it there? She's going to understand that the customer did what? Made it a payment last month. So then she's going to do a what? An agent or system? System generated adjustment. How much would that system generate adjustment for? 130. Why is it 130? Because they already made that payment last month, right? So it's going to bring this bill down to what? 230. Now, will the customer still call in? Because their bill is how much higher?
50.
Is it 50?
Yes.
Their bill is $50 higher, right?
Yes.
So why is their bill $50 higher?
Then it counts in line.
The difference from last month's plan. And why is it? Why are we now just seeing that on here? We feel what? So which means when you make a plan change, it won't reflect till when? Next bill cycle. So which means you were on which plan last month you were on which plan? 130. Then you went up to the what? Because we bill current, the difference, which is what?
$50.
$50, we billed it to the what? The following bill. Because we're not going to make you pay $50 up front to change your rate plan.
Yeah.
So the difference went to next month's bill. That's why you're seeing $230. $180 for your new plan plus the $50 difference from last month. Does that make sense?
Yes.
5, 3, 1. How comfortable are you with this? Getting it?
Yes.
All right. So you ready for the hard stuff? Let's go ahead and take a 5-minute break real quick so we can get you ready for this next thing because it's hard. It's hard.